Hey, everybody. Welcome to PoliTarology. It's February 16th. So if you missed Valentine's Day, you're just a loser. Okay.
Wow. Starts out hard, becomes hard. Dang.
So welcome for PoliTarology. Okay, now if you guys don't know by now that I'm kind of a sarcastic bitch, then you're on the wrong channel. You've tuned into the wrong thing. But tonight we have a lot of really fun things to talk about, and I'm so glad to have my friends here to help me. And so let's just go around real quick and everybody say hello, and we'll start off with Val. Hi, Val.
Hi, I'm glad to be here. And I am, yes, Dragonfly Crystals and Next Level Channeling. If you want to go like and subscribe, that would be great. But coming up tomorrow, I have the Akashic Record reading, gals, if you want to tune in at 4 Pacific and 7 Central, or Eastern time, rather. And yeah, that's what I have coming up.
Yeah, I got to say, those gals are always so good.
They are, and they're fun. It's fun to be in that energy of that quantum field of Akashic Records.
They're really good. I really enjoy that. And we have Shari. Shari is the soldier of the group tonight. She's actually kind of sick, but she's soldiering on for us. So Shari, do you want to?
Chip is down to 99.3, so
there we go.
So you're okay. I'm doing good.
Okay. Oh.
And I got stuff coming. I don't know. I can't tell you what it is because I don't have my book open, and yeah, my brain's not working.
Okay. We're glad you're here. You're here, and thanks for helping with co-hosting. I really appreciate that. And Cleo, my sister, how are you?
I'm doing good. This is a great day. A lot of good things have been happening in the news, and I'm really excited about it. And as far as what I've got going on, did you already? Is this advertised as the one with Linda G?
Yes, and I was gonna mention that when we got finished with the thing, but Linda couldn't make it tonight. We are going to be doing a show tomorrow night, and Val and Cleo will be there. Shari will be helping me with co-hosting duties, and yeah, so there will be a little crowd of us there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, if Linda G is here, you know you're going to have blow up chat.
I mean, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
So and then on
oh, Kitty, no. Oh God, my cat.
Monday I've got Caffeinated and Unfiltered, hosted by Colleen the Cool Crone.
Really? Oh wow.
Wow.
And then Thursday I've got Golden Girls, and that's always fun.
Hosted by me.
and that's about it.
Great. Well, really good to hear it. And thanks for plugging Caffeinated and Unfiltered. I'm really looking forward to that show. And Gerald, hello. How are you?
I am very well. And Colleen has decided to step in, and it's still going to be streaming Caffeinated and Unfiltered on Monday. So it's going to be on all of the cool kids channels. That's not true. I mean, everybody's cool. They're watching us. But Jeffrey and I are taking some time off, so I will be back on. I'll be back on. I think in a week.
Nice.
No, on the 25th, because I have Jeff from Tarot Ask Backwards on, and then I have this show called Reveal the Future.
Yes, it's a really cool show.
I've heard about it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are really dying to be on that show.
So I've got lots of good stuff coming up with after that. So it's very cool. And who knows, maybe I'll have a video that I pop in on the days just in case, because I don't want people twitching since I'm not around.
Yeah, I know I'm going to start twitching. I know that'll happen to me.
It's all right.
That's all right. So as I said, Linda G was unable to make it. She had something that came up, but she will be with us tomorrow night. And we've already mentioned Caffeinated and Unfiltered, and then the PoliTarology next week, which is going to be, who's on that one? It's going to be, Arthur from Arthur Ease Your Mind is going to be there. Cleo's going to be there. Deanne from Deanne Shield Maiden is going to be there. Sherry's going to be there. And David Battaglia is coming back from Tarot by the Bay. We have not scared the bejesus out of him yet, although we keep trying. We do keep trying. And on the 22nd, on Thursday, I'm going to be on Colorful Insight. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. All right. So let's get into the juiciness that is our week this week. I cannot believe how many things are happening. They're all jumbling around in my head. And the one that has jumbled up to the top first is the issue with Fani Willis. Now, we did a show, Marina, Cleo, and I did a show last night, and we were all convinced this is it. This is not happening for her. She's going to have to step down or take a back seat or whatever. And just like all the newscasters were saying, only we were getting it from our cards and everything. And she's not, I don't think. So I'm glad to be wrong. I'm very, very glad to be wrong because I don't want to see her give up that case.
Well, have they already made an announcement that she's not?
No, but all the newscasters this morning had done a 180 and they were all saying, hey, she really redeemed herself. I mean, I wouldn't have told her to go up on the stand like that, but you know, I guess we got to start saying, hey, she's Fani Willis. She can pull it off.
Well, and I mean, what it really boiled down to was something about money between her and her boyfriend and what, you know, if they did anything illegal there. I mean, I saw a video on the internet with, I think it was some people from like Fox News or somewhere like that. And they were just so down on her. And I'm like, where's this coming from? Because, yeah, you know, I mean, she come off really good. She was just like, hey, I'm not the one on trial here. You people are. And I just love that. And yeah, I mean, I hope she does, you know, continue on because she's done a lot of work. She's done a lot of good work. I don't think she has done anything incorrectly. The problem is neither one of them have any receipts or bank statements or anything that shows that money was given from one to the other. Because she was saying that, yes, he did pay for some stuff, but she paid him back. And I guess she's got something that she does with her money that she doesn't put her money in the bank. She puts her money at home. And so these people on Fox News are making jokes about, hey, she's got a whole bunch of money at her house if you guys want to break in there and get it. And so
these momos are so like they just don't understand anything. Like
they asked her, they said, so you don't have any receipts or anything? And she goes, no. And she goes, well, then what do you have? She goes, I am under oath and I am telling you what happened. And, you know, she's basically saying, I don't need the receipts because I am under oath. I am a, you know, a prosecuting attorney is what she is, right? Or is she an attorney general or what is she?
Yes, she's the attorney general for
attorney general. And she's like, I'm under oath and I'm telling you that this is what happened. And
yeah, she also said at one point, she said, the only thing that you need from anybody on the witness stand to verify their story is one witness who corroborates their story. And Mr. Wade did that for me. Yeah. She said that. And the other thing I wanted to comment on is that thing you mentioned when she told them, I'm not the one on trial. That is the clip that is just going around the world. Everybody's watching that. So given all that stuff that she's going through and all that, what do we think is going to happen now? What's going to happen? Let's read on it. Let's see.
Well, I don't know if you can see it, but underneath my name, it says Fani Willis Fan Club.
You know, I love that. You know, I was reading on it as you were both were talking, you and Colleen and Cleo, and I got that she is a master and everything she does is going to come up flowers, blooming. She bulldozes through all the ridiculous stuff because she knows who she is and what the law is. And she's going to make her case against Trump is going to be airtight. It's not just against Trump, but she's going to be like a poet. She's got her ducks in a row. Nothing is going to stop her. This proves that. And that's what's going to happen. That's the energy right now.
She's just kind of like the Maya Angelou of the legal profession, right?
Yes,
Right?
right.
That's that.
The poet.
Just wow. Okay,
In the
go ahead.
legal language.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Well, she has provided resurrection to the whole case and bringing it all back out into the open. And of course, her line of "I'm not the one on trial, they are," was just superb. And I think that helped resurrect the opinion of everybody kind of tuning in and going, "Oh, that's right. We're not trying her, we're trying somebody else." So it's just a big cauldron of goo that she's having to switch around and, and get everybody back up and knowing what's going on, because everything she's doing at this point forward is crystal clear. She's got her, like y'all were saying, her ducks in a row. She's well aware of what's happening, and she's nobody's fool at all.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Gerald, what do you have?
I have the 9 of coins, the 9 of pentacles. She has worked hard for this. She's comfortable. She's not letting anybody come into her garden that she doesn't invite. It's going to be on her terms. And I also have the 4 of wands.
Oh, very nice.
So very, very nice. And what's happening on the other side is everybody is panicking the devil. We're going to start seeing more battles, more internal struggles, because it's like, well, she's just not backing down. She's just not doing this. She's just not doing it. So, I mean, you don't mess with the 9 of pentacles. She's got it. She's worked hard, but this is actually really nice.
Yeah, really.
So,
well, I've it's funny. I started to pull out my cards and I thought that I just hadn't focused on them very, very well, because the first card that came out was the devil, and and now I know why that came out. But I just want to say to Fani, God and the universe, I'm so sorry I doubted you. How could I have done that? That was just almost unforgivable. But of course it's me, so you're gonna forgive me. But it was really, I feel really put in the corner here. Okay. So, all right. So what else are we reading on?
Well, I just wanted to say that I agree with everybody on here about what your card said. And Book Bewitched said to me, just for fun, jump up on the desk and dance. It'll be a surprise for everyone. Okay. You know what? I can't jump up on the desk, but I feel like it. And when we get around to another topic that came up today, imagine me dancing on the desk.
And would that other topic have something to do with a very large sum of money?
You mean the $354 million?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Although I have to say, isn't this where this was Tish James's case, right?
Yeah, Letitia James, yes.
Yeah. And wasn't she asking for 370 million?
No, she was asking for 350 million, I thought.
Oh, I thought it was 370 million. Okay.
But he upped it to 354. And let me just point out, I hate to toot my own horn, and I think Val will remember this, but months ago, I said when things start happening here with Trump, it's going to be like a jackhammer, just coming down repeatedly and hard on him. And this is the beginning of that. And I am just, well, here, hold on here. Let me do my nails.
She did say that, folks. I remember the jackhammer.
I remember it too. I remember that statement as well. I do.
And it's happening. This is the beginning of it. And I just want you to think about this. 354 million for lying about his real estate stuff. Plus, he's going to be removed from New York State to do business, and so are his sons. And then there's that 83.3 million. My point is, we're talking about 437 million and change so far. That he's
don't forget the first 5 million that he owes E. Jean.
Oh, I did forget. Well, let's
Yeah.
add another 5 million.
Add in another 5 million.
So yeah, this is a good day. This is just a really
It's a good day.
It's a good day. I'm very happy. So we know that Trump just got it handed to him on a well, not a silver platter, more like a plastic platter.
Or
With some little,
tarnished platter.
with some ketchup packets on the platter. But what I'm curious about is the woman who allowed most of this to happen, Alina Habba. What is her future? What is going to happen to her? We know that Trump is headed for a world of hurt, but what about little Alina, who's
Is she
still
the
out
attorney?
there? She's the attorney, and she's still out there talking up a storm, saying
Yeah.
that everybody's wrong, and he was the
Can
president, and he's so
Can she
smart.
ever look in a camera or get a picture taken where she's not doing?
No, because
this
that's
number?
because
Every time I see her, it's like
it's the
unstuff
lip
your
filler.
teeth and make your lips be normal.
It's the lip filler. They're stuck that way. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen to, or as Michael Cohen calls her, Alina Habba. Which I think is a little racist, but whatever.
Well, as soon as this came out, Trump he gets up there and he said that, the court doesn't have the right figures. Like there's just an error in math about what is going on here. And that, that everything he has said is valid and true, and that Mar-a-Lago is worth $1 trillion. And, the Trump Tower is covers half the earth. And he just keeps going on and on. I'm thinking, no, you don't understand. It's over. Somebody has told you got to pay a lot of money for lying. And your 2 boys who also went into court and also lied. And the problem is with this judge, he's looking at this and he says, there's no remorse. There's no stepping back. There's no admitting that maybe all they had to do is say, you know what, maybe something did go wrong, but we weren't aware of it or something. Instead, they acted like, well, we're not accountants. We're not this and that. We're going by what other people told us. And he's thinking, no, he's not putting up with this. No remorse. Screw it. You are going to pay a big, big fine, and you're going to lose your ticket in New York. And you can't, I didn't see, before they talked about that the boys wouldn't be able to do anything for 5 years. I didn't hear anything about that yet. I just heard, you're out. The Trumps are out of New York. They can't do business there anymore. And the ruling amounted to 92 pages. So this judge has thought of everything. Mm-hmm. And nobody is saying, oh, gee, you got the math wrong, or that maybe that's not what we said, or, and Trump's looking around like, no, they just made a mistake. Now, I suppose there is a recourse for him. There's some kind of an appeal. And I don't see that appeal working out. I see that this fine is going to stay as it is. It'll be enforced. His properties will be seized. And he is in a world of hurt financially.
Yeah, I just found the part of the article that broke this down, if I may. All right. So crushing defeat, blah, blah, blah. We all know that. And we're cheering and jumping up and down. Okay. With no jury, the power was in Justice Ngoran's hands alone, and he came down hard. The judge delivered a sweeping array of punishments that threatened the former president's business empire. Yes, he did. He really did. As he simultaneously contends with 4 criminal prosecutions and seeks to regain the White House. Justice Ngoran barred Mr. Trump for 3 years from serving in any top roles at any New York company, including portions of his own Trump organization. Trump's not living that long, so that's over. He also imposed a 2-year ban on the former president's adult sons and ordered that they pay more than $4 million each. Mm-hmm. One of them, Eric Trump, is the company's de facto chief executive, and the ruling throws into doubt whether any member of the family can run the business in the near term. The judge also ordered that they pay substantial interest. Get ready for this, Cleo. You might get ready to jump on the table. Pushing the penalty for the former president to $450 million, according
Yes,
to Letitia
yes.
James. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, he also, I had heard somewhere else that part of the settlement or part of the charges are that Weisselberg is also being charged with, he has to pay $1 million in fines. So that's not going to be easy for him because Mr. Weisselberg is old. He's infirm. He hasn't been able to work at Trump Org for a couple of years now. And without Trump paying for everything for him, he's going to have to dip into his own pocket. So yeah, so not good. So did anybody pull cards on Alina?
I did.
Okay, let's find out what
this
you
is
got.
she thought she was on easy street getting this gig with Trump.
Yeah.
But here's what happened. She is in the dumpster, as you have all seen. Her career, she's just thinking it hit a plateau. But what really happened is she's been stripped naked, and her ignorance of the law and the procedures in that court have been shown. What do I see when I see the bear claw? It's a Russian connection of some type, but really that's third Trump. So she's just gonna try and somehow make something work. But her career's over essentially. And the next card I pull up is, I mean, this is not indicative of her going to jail, but this just shows she's really behind bars. She's really not able to make her career work for her from this point on. She's not going to be looked at as a viable attorney who is knowledgeable and able to bring a good result for their client.
Yeah. Amen to that, sister. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she probably also, with all these fines and stuff, she might not get paid.
No.
She might not get her paid.
Aw.
She's already been paid, they figure, about $4 million.
And that's probably all she'll get.
All she's going to get. Yeah. Anybody else is ready?
She sees herself as a dragon. Actually, what she is she's part of the three-ring circus. And everything she's been doing has all just been a puff of smoke. It's all going to disappear in a puff of smoke. I think when it's all said and done with, she's going to be quite surprised at where she's at professionally.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gerald. Don't
I'm
hold
just
back.
well, okay. I'm not holding back because she thought it was going to be all that. We got the Four of Wands, thought it was going to be all great. Thought that she was working for, the sugar daddy, with the King of Pentacles. And what's actually happening is everything is running away from her. We have the Knight of Cups. She's starting to get all emotional if she actually realizes what's going on. I'm not sure she realizes what's going on. She's a bit behind the times. She's just like going, oh, it'll be fine. It'll all work out. And I'm like, oh, sweetie, darling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
There you go.
Oh,
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
trouble.
Anyhow.
Yeah. Real big trouble.
Well, she also, since Trump has said that they had the wrong figures, he's going to blame the loss totally on her.
Oh, absolutely.
She's going to be running to the doctor for antidepressants because she's just screwed, and she is the scapegoat. It's just, I could feel sorry for her. I don't actually feel sorry for her because she was so lame at everything she was doing in court, and where the judge is looking at her like, did you really even go to law school? Do you know how to do this stuff? So, he's going to blame her, behind the scenes I don't think he'll come right out. Well, he might. He might. He's such an asshole.
He's totally going to do that. He's totally going to throw anybody and everyone under the bus. And the person who walked by him or who got his meal at McDonald's, sorry, at the Golden Arches instead of him. You know?
And I still say she was shooting for the record of being the next Mrs. Donald Trump.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Michael Cohen has been saying too. Well, my cards back that up, actually. The whole top row of my cards just shows that she really thought that she was a part of the Trump family. We have the Queen of Pentacles, who is Nancy Reagan.
Oh, my goodness.
And we have the Queen of Wands, who is Michelle Obama. So there's some really shameful envy there that they don't want to admit. And then we get the whole family and their legacy with the 10 of Pentacles, and the family they're showing here is, I don't know if you can see it, but it is, if the camera focuses, it's the Kennedy family.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Jack and Jackie and Robert and the whole gang there. And then we get the Prince of Pentacles, who is Mr. Don Jr., holding on to his pentacle there. And then the last one, this cracks me up. The Princess of Swords is what's her name that used to be the press secretary? Can you tell who that is?
Oh, yeah, that's
Huckabee.
What is her name?
The governor of Arkansas or something?
Yeah, Huckabee. Yeah, Huckabee. So
Yeah.
Alina Hava really thought that she was going native. She was going Trump. She was going to be the next Mrs. Trump and just waiting for Melania to, finalize her divorce papers or whatever. But then I thought, well, that can't be it. So I pulled a few more cards. And this is, for her, this is really sad. She gets the 5 of Swords. And I don't think this is anybody famous. It might be, but I can't tell. But that's the 5 of Swords. It might be somebody. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's Scaramucci.
Ah, yeah, you're right. It is Scaramucci now that you say that. And there's somebody in the background that I really can't tell who they are. I'll have to look it up in the book. But this one is hilarious. So Alina Hava is going to be hanging on to every dime that she possibly can. And I got the 4 of Pentacles. And can we tell who that is? Mitch McConnell. Look at him. Isn't that classic? That is so classic. He is so hanging on for dear life. And then, her little dream, what she's really, really hoping for is that everything is the Garden of Eden. This is the 9 of Pentacles there. And that she'll just be floating off into the sunset. And, she'll be wedded to the King of Pentacles. And they're showing Ronald Reagan saying, tear down that wall. The final outcome, though, and this is so perfect. The final outcome for her is Robert Mueller as the Ace of Swords.
Ooh.
So she's not going to marry Donald Trump. She is going to lose her law license. She is going to be stuck with a whole bunch of fines because she crossed a line at least 50 times in that one case. So I can imagine all the other times she did it just kind of like bumbling through the other cases. So, I mean, this girl, maybe she got her law degree at Trump University or something. She just does not know how to practice law. And I don't think anybody would even hire her as a paralegal. No. I mean, she's going to lose her law license. So she better hope that she can fake pretty long enough to put some money into a 401k or something, because this is not going to be a happy future for her. She's going to become a very, very bitter person. Now, does she have ties to Russia? I don't know. I didn't throw on that, but that would be an interesting.
It came out with the bear claw. That's always my Russia claw.
So she has
Russia card.
Russia. And isn't it interesting that we have all of this Russia stuff coming right up in our faces right now, and then Navalny dies.
Yes.
That it's like we had the interview with Putin and Carlson, and then we've had so many people speculating about the Russian ties between everybody, not just Trump. I've even heard people speculating recently about the Russian interference in the election in 2016, let alone the one in 2020. So all this Russia stuff is just being churned up. And So what I'd like to read on is, what do we think Putin has in store over the next 3-4 months?
Is there more people that could be eliminated that have been interfering in his, not taking his side?
In
Is there-
Russia?
Huh?
In Russia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, then
I know
those-
somebody in chat asked if Navalny's wife was in danger.
Sure. She's
I would
always,
say, yeah, all
She's
of
she's
them.
always been in danger. And she was on some news program. I didn't get a chance to listen to it, but there was something on YouTube with her talking back. But I don't know if she's physically in Russia right now. Let
I
me,
hope she's not.
actually, let me Google that while you guys shuffle.
It seems like I remember reading that Navalny sent his family out of Russia when all of this started coming down before they arrested him. But it's been a while, and my memory's not the best today.
No, she's in Munich. It said, and this, I missed this. It was in my beloved New York Times. I don't read it. I just pull out the headlines. Anyway, it says Navalny's wife makes dramatic appearance after reports of his death. In a surprise, it said above that, it had said it was just hours after his death. In a surprise address in Munich, Yulia Navalny said that if her husband, Alexei Navalny, was dead, President Vladimir Putin of Russia would bear responsibility, and she called on the world to defeat this evil. And she's speaking at the Munich Security Conference. That's what the backdrop says.
And you know, my cards support what she just called for. That the mothers will rise up.
Yes, they will.
And here's the Hierophant right next to it. It's the final.
Yeah.
So, yeah, change is afoot. The Chariot,
Yeah.
the Judgment card, and this is the play and all the people watching it, and then the Mother. And I'm getting the chills. Here's the Hierophant. So they are going to have some kind of a an uprising.
Well, they're already calling to indict Putin or whatever for war crimes.
Mhm.
But apparently Yulia was scheduled to speak to this conference anyway, but about security. And when it became known to her that her husband had passed, she went on with the speech, but changed it so that she could talk to them about Putin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. She's a strong woman.
She is. But so what's going to happen to Mr. Putin?
Well,
Well,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Gerald.
Oh, go ahead, Cleo.
No, go ahead. Please.
Go ahead, Cleo.
Okay, neither one of you are going. I'm going. So this jumped out of the deck. He's going to end. He's going to end. He gets the world card. He's coming to an end. And that was not him in that interview. Tucker Carlson was not talking to the real Putin. He was talking to a body double.
Absolutely.
Oh, and something I wanted to correct from last night too. That was a fake rumor about the EU wanting to talk to Tucker Carlson about something, war crimes or something like that. Yeah, that or engaging with the enemy or whatever. That's that kind of thing. Yeah, that was not true.
So
Okay.
go ahead. Cleo. I'm going. I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it because all of this stuff, the Seven of Pentacles, all of this stuff waiting to happen, the underground and all that stuff, it's going to start surfacing. I have 2 sevens. I have the 7 of Swords. Things are going to start happening, and it's going to become his nightmare. He's going to lose sleep over this because if, let's give this over to the women. Oh, it's going to be just a matter of time, dude.
Matter of time.
Just a matter of time. Because ain't nothing stronger than a group of women on a mission.
Bet your sweet Bippy.
And,
Especially mothers who have
yes.
lost their sons. Do not fuck with them.
Do
Sorry, YouTube, but I had to say that word.
No.
Do
no,
not.
No. And,
Do not.
yeah, they're just going to be pulling. Yep. Just don't do it. All right, Cleo, go for it.
I forgot. No, I didn't. This is not directly with what you guys are just talking about, but I do agree with all of you. But somebody had wrote on here about the Russian whistleblower who was arrested for false information against Hunter and Joe Biden. Is there any connection with the other things that are happening in Russia with this thing right now in the United States?
Sure. That's why I was bringing it up. Yeah, all these little Russian things. It's like the purses where you pull all the strings together and it all closes up. It's like that. They're just closing it all up on them. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. So yeah, I did. I mean, I kind of wanted to talk about the whistleblower, and I kind of wanted to talk about how, the Republicans right now in the House are on a little 2-week vacation, little vacay, and
Yeah.
their vacation today just got totally ruined.
Yeah.
Because they know when they come back, they're going to have to do, oh God, I don't know what they're going to do.
Triage. They're going to have to do triage on that campaign because it isn't what they think it is.
Yeah, I mean, Trump is just looking worse and worse and worse. And then here they're wanting to impeach President Biden. And I know they're probably still talking about it, but we've got the proof that this guy came and lied about the whole thing about that $5 million to Hunter, $5 million to Biden, that they're all in cahoots. No wonder when they heard that story, they're just looking around like, well, this is going nowhere. No, neither one of them ever even. Well, I guess there was a figure of $5 million, but there was no payoff. There was nothing like that. So, yeah, I mean, the Republicans are just like, well, I just want to say to them, hey, have a good time on your vacay, Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, bon voyage. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh. But I did read on Putin's situation now, and here he is, the self. He's really ill. He's either in a coma or he's incapacitated in some way.
Yeah.
The house that's under construction, that's really his soul and him going through a tunnel. And here's the universe, which is the world, the final end. So in some short time from now, I don't know if it's a year because we don't do timing, and something is going to, we're going to see what's really happened with Putin. And that definitely was not Putin. We haven't seen the real Putin in a very long time.
Very long time.
So
Didn't I say a while ago? It's like, Putin's actually in a hospital somewhere, encased in plastic, trying to keep him alive. And so they've done a whole bunch of, and this is for entertainment purposes only, they've done a whole bunch of plastic surgery to make more people look like him.
Yes.
So that they can do all this stuff.
But they haven't perfected the body language yet. So some of those people are just not good enough in their mannerisms and the way they stand, everything about them.
Right.
This guy was pretty good. This guy had that tilt of the head the way he has, and I know he's perfected that because he's a short guy. So his body language and posture is super important to him so that he comes across as a real big, strong guy. So I threw cards out of a deck that I haven't been using lately, but it used to be my only deck, the Cosmic Tarot, and that just tells the story so well. So he is just literally stuck in he's suspended So he is probably in a coma. And he's really thinking about his family, which is really odd for him. So he's very confused by that. And he knows that if he stays alive long enough, he will come to justice, probably by the world court, not just in Russia. He has no idea at this point that Russia is going to have a little revolt over him. He has no idea. But there are women in his circle who are maybe not wishing him well. This might not be like real happy thoughts with him, but stuff had been progressing pretty quickly in his illness. And that's why he's probably like in a self-induced coma, not a coma waiting to die, but a self-induced coma to just allow him to rest. What his big challenge is that, he needs to get his vitality back, and that's nearly impossible in the situation that he's in. So I do see that if he wakes up, he's really going to be suffering pain or pain. He's just going to be in pain. And I think the Russian people are starting to catch on, because they're right there. So it's 6 degrees of separation from someone that they know who had that plastic surgery. I mean, it is a big country, but population wise, it's not that big, because you can't live in most of that country, right? So I think
Siberia.
Yeah, so a lot of people know what's going on with this. We have a tower moment here for him, and the final outcome is the world. But 2 cards out of this deck I wanted to pull just to illustrate before the coma what Putin was really feeling like. And one, on the way to realizing his dilemma, was his personal 9 of Swords. I love this picture.
Oh, man.
Right? Wouldn't you love to have that kind of hallucination or dream? And then we go straight into the 10 of Swords.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, goodness sakes.
I'm sorry, Vlad. It's not fun. I get it. But you know what? You brought this on yourself. So that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Do you think that months ago, when we heard that he supposedly had cardiac arrest or a heart attack, that really happened?
Or something that caused them to be so worried that they maybe that's when they put him into a coma,
Could be.
He has been sick for a very long time. And I know that he's the kind of guy that would be like, well, fix it. Well, pull out all the stops, or we'll kill your mother. I mean,
well, if he had a cardiac arrest, first of all, the reports said things that I just dismissed it because those were not the symptoms of a cardiac arrest.
Right. Exactly.
And so I'm thinking also, if you've had a cardiac arrest, most people do not recover from that. And if they do, it's just a matter of time before they finally die. You might have as much as 5 years, but for the most, it's a lot of rehab. It's just a lot of work, because unless you're a very healthy person in the first place, like that football player that had a cardiac arrest on the field. He had immediate medical attention, and he was young, and it wasn't really that he had a problem with his heart. He just got hit in the chest just the right way that caused a cardiac arrest. So that kid, he survives. I don't know if he ever went back to playing football or if he ever will. But anyway, that is a rare case. And, unless he had immediate attention, they were talking about he flopped around on the floor and he was staring up at the ceiling. That is not a cardiac arrest. It
sounded like poisoning, didn't it?
Well, it sounded like the person that was making the report was making it up.
Yeah.
Well, I got some funny cards on it, because it's like it's a double that this happened to. He was given some kind of poison. It was Russian operatives. And this is the one of the key people playing Putin. They had to bring a repairman in, and they had to work on him. But It was just, it's a camouflage. And somewhere in that telling of the story, they thought, well, maybe we'll ease into the idea that Putin is going to pass since he's in a coma anyway. But the other people, the power group in the military running this show that we don't know, the top black group running it, decided, oh no, we're not doing that. So somebody thought it was a good idea, and then somebody put the kibosh on it. And that's the camouflage. This is all a camouflage story for what's really going on.
So somebody's already running Russia.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this is the stand-in. This is the military person that is just the stand-in for him.
Yes.
That's already happening.
Yes.
Because, a couple of years ago, everybody predicted, there'll be somebody who's very military and he'll take over for a while. And then there'll be some really good person.
And I just got the chills on what you said.
Yeah. So Navalny passing is the emotional catalyst that I think the Russian people need in order to really coalesce around somebody to be the next Russian president. Probably in this year.
I think you just spoke a lot of truth.
Because I think that, Trump is not really long for this world, and we know that they are linked, kind of weirdly. So, I mean, if not in this year, then very early 2025. But I think we're seeing both of them really gonzo. Yeah,
I agree. 100%.
Anybody else want to read on? What were we reading on? The Putin. Did everybody read
a few cards on him? I mean, my number one question is, me personally, is for, the generals and those that are right up there at the top. When he went into this medical whatever, why they didn't just take advantage of it and let him be done. Simply declare he died and so-and-so's going to run things until we get, so it's like there's something in play there that's keeping him still being held up as the head of the country when quite obviously he hasn't been the head of the country in quite a while. I know I had drawn the Knight of Wands, which is, somebody who sees himself as the hero. He thinks he's all that in a cup of tea. Followed by the Magician, because up until now he's always has always seemed to have all of the toys in his toy chest, and everybody was it's like this myth that Russia had the greatest army that would rival the U.S. as far as strength and power. And what did we discover when Ukraine happened was that was all a bunch of BS. They're falling apart at the seams, ending with the 5 of Cups, which is just more heartache, more disillusionment. I mean, personally, I don't know why they don't just go ahead and let him be gone and move forward. And I think maybe Navalny's death is going to have something that's going to play in with that.
Well, remember the Wagner group going in there and invading and seeing how far they're invading? So at that point in time, if they really were just thinking, oh, we'll just let Putin go as soon as we can, then he would have taken over and been that military person. But they didn't let that happen. And they killed him. They killed him. So there has already been probably two factions of the Russian government or oligarchs or something that can't quite agree on how they want these things to go. So until they can come to, and that probably means they have to kill one another.
Exactly.
So until they can get the playing field leveled out, and until enough polonium tea has been served, we're going to believe that Putin is alive, or they're going to pretend that Putin is alive.
Exactly.
And you know what's so creepy is when their leader dies in Russia, they play Swan Lake over the radio and the
That's
television
creepy.
stuff. Isn't that creepy?
That's creepy.
Yeah. But that's what they do to announce it, just in case, people
Very
are.
creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe that country has a tradition like that. Like, how many leaders have you lost in recent memory that you have the technology to do that? I mean, we elect our presidents every 4 years. That's normal. You guys don't. You guys have czars and revolutions, and then you have a president, then you have a dictator, then you have a president, and then you have a dictator. It's like, but still, they play Swan Lake all through that show.
It's so bizarre.
Isn't it bizarre?
Very bizarre.
Like, most countries don't have a thing like that, so. That's very weird. Okay, so that was a very interesting one. All right. All right. So, oh yeah, here's one we kind of skipped in my lineup. So, Shari, you probably start a few things in here, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
Treasure Garden Uprising. Yes, I think we answered that. Trump has put money in a bond before he can file appeal. Yes, I think that's true. Will DA Bragg now bring criminal charges? Oh yeah, CC Ryder. We'll just say this right now. Will DA Bragg? Yeah, definitely. He will bring up criminal charges. I mean, that's what the whole thing was, is to tee it up in the criminal, which is much easier to prove. And now that they know that they've got a slam dunk, yeah, they definitely will do the criminal. Everybody's
Wait a minute. Wait, criminal charges in which thing?
the hush money case, the election fraud.
Oh, the election fraud.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
and I think he'll get criminal charges in the Letitia James thing too, but that's just my opinion. Or my guides. Who can tell? Let me see. What else do we have here? Oh, new member. Yay.
You got anything in there about Cannon? Because she made a little statement today.
No, why don't you tell us about it, Cleo?
Okay, I will. I don't mind.
Here, let me get comfortable.
Judge Cannon refused to request to delay the pre-trial deadlines, which are February 22nd. So that, she is just backstepping and doing all kinds of things because she realizes that Jack Smith could cause her a world of hurt. And so I don't know if this is going to get her out of that situation. I don't think it is. But if she had continued to delay it, she would have been in even more trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that Trump is just pissed. So come February 22nd, they have to, whatever they were doing on the 22nd about the pre-trial deadlines. I guess that's getting in all your evidence and what your arguments and stuff.
And also, if you're going to put in a motion to postpone or dismiss the case, something like that, that all has to be in by February 22nd.
Oh, okay. All right. So she could turn around and still, I've always seen that she's going to try to dismiss this case. I don't feel it's going to happen that soon. And I don't think she's going to get away with it because I think Jack Smith will intervene and say, give me a break. No, we're not dismissing anything. So anyway, that was her little thing that she came up with today. She's like, no, I'm putting my foot down. We're going to go ahead and have that trial on February 22nd.
And I got to say, your cuckoo clock agrees with you because it was going off the whole time that you were talking. So I think that's confirmation right there.
It's not a cuckoo clock.
That was good good timing, Cleo.
Yeah, it was very good timing. So we're still wondering if loose cannon will stay in there and maybe how long, and right, that's what we're reading on.
Yeah, who
are we reading on?
Loose cannon, Aileen Cannon.
Oh, loose cannon. Loose cannon. Okay. Sure, go ahead, let's see what you all come up with.
It'll take me about 3 weeks and then she'll just be Lucy. That's where we're headed with her name. Not a damn thing you can do about it, YouTube.
What was the question again? We're reading on.
is she gonna get written up? Is she gonna get thrown out? Is she gonna what's gonna happen with her on that case? Is she gonna
Oh,
get
I
dismissed?
got you. Okay.
Well, mine's short. The swamp she's creating is going to be showing her the door. So, and this is short and sweet, period. End of subject.
Ooh.
So,
Well, yeah, because she did a big thing with the allowing the other side to see these confidential, secretive documents that Jack Smith is just up in arms about, because he said it puts all those witnesses in danger.
yes.
So, and she's going to have to answer for that. And so far, I don't see that she's pulled back on that one. And that's probably going to be the Achilles heel for her. And yeah, she's going to be struggling here.
I'd say you're right about that, because as far as the law is concerned, the greatest threat against people would stop something from being given to the defendant. I mean, the team of attorneys. Any information out there that would cause harm to people on the jury, people in the trial, absolutely is forbidden. And she jumped that line, right? I don't know the legal terminology, but yeah, you're right. That's a real big red flag as inappropriate. The judge's responsibility is to make sure nothing harms anyone. That's one of her jobs to do.
Exactly. She's supposed to protect everybody.
Yes,
and
absolutely. And she did not do that. She did the opposite of that. So.
Oh yeah, and other legal scholars and stuff are just up in arms. They're just like, "What in the world are you doing?" Go ahead, Gerald.
It's the second. This is the hermit. She's going to be removed, put in solitary confinement, taken off some cases. Mm-hmm. She will have. This is the Eight of Cups. She will have the opportunity to decide on whether or not she's going to go freely. It's almost like, go sit on the naughty step and think about what you've done. Yes. And then we'll decide. We'll take what you think in consideration. Knight of Swords, there's going to be some people who are going to be very, very clear on what they want to have happen. And it's going to happen very quickly. Mm-hmm. I got the Eight of Wands. The Four of Wands is usually a nice little card. However, doesn't this look a little bit like a
ominous
sale?
It's a skiff.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
And that's when they take her into a skiff and say, either you recuse yourself and go through this door, or we are taking you.
Exactly.
We're dropping you off in Russia.
Lock to door.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like that. Boom. Abrupt. Yep. So,
wow.
Well, they've already said many times that she's just not qualified. And, Trump put her in there because he thought he could manipulate, and he has been influential in her decisions that she's made. So, yeah. And I mean, they know that she lacks experience. She doesn't know what she's doing. And she's doing things for him. But I think that this latest one, I mean, this is really a small little thing about delaying the pretrial deadline. I mean, she said, no, you need to come up with whatever you're coming up with on February 22nd. But yeah, she's trying to make little maneuvers to make it look like, no, see, I'm trying to do the right thing over things that don't really make that. It's not that big. It's not impactful. Whatever happens on the 22nd.
But she gave Trump's lawyers like 3 weeks, when the legal authorities like Glenn Kirshner say it only takes 1 week. So she really is dragging it. I mean, dragging it. But as they all say, judges have that discretion time-wise. So
yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
But she knows she's being watched. She knows.
She does. Shari, did you go?
No. She thinks she needs a repairman to come in and fix everything. Which it's not going to do her any good, to tell you the truth. At this point, it's starting to look like she's just a shot in the dark, so to speak, and there's not a whole lot that they can do about it because now the whole world is watching her, and they all see that this woman is a disgrace for women everywhere who work their butts off to try to move up in the world and to be taken seriously, especially in the corporate world. And then we get somebody like her who's Miss Pretend Barbie doll who's hurt all the time, drives me crazy. I don't know what it is about that facial expression she makes. I always want to like pop her in the back of the head and say, quit sucking on stuff and let your face be normal.
Shari, I would pay money to see that. I would definitely pay money for that.
Just for you, Gerald, I would set it up. Let me tell you. That
And
would
hit her with a regular size hand, not a tiny hand.
Boom! Right up in the back of the head.
Yeah, just a good hard clip in the back of the head. So, you know, quit sucking on whatever it is you're sucking on, and
Oh,
I'm gonna let your imagination take you beyond. So,
I didn't want that.
I thought she was on her knees, but whatever.
Woo!
Wow.
Okay.
Please note that was Cleo the Seer who said that. Please go over and like and subscribe to her channel.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's more where that came from. Okay, well, I threw some cards on this, and what I got is that she is just melting her little MAGA brain. She's just trying so hard to be true to her fearless leader, and she's also deluded not just about the whole maggot thing, but she's also deluded about her own power and ability. And she believes that because she rules everything in the courtroom, that she rules everything everywhere in this case, in the Justice Department, anywhere that she puts her eye, she rules it, right? And this is a fallacy. So, yeah, she's going to have history repeat on her. She's going to be written up by the 11th Circuit, and that's just going to be the step one of, I think, removing her. I think you're right, Gerald. Jack Smith is not going to be standing for it, and he's going to play things by the book. He really knows that book very, very well, much better than she does, and she's not going to be too happy. Now she's going to try to get a little help from the maggots to push back. So you watch if there isn't some sort of a disqualification case that is sniffed at about Jack Smith. It will be sniffed at and thrown out with the next tissue because it'll be worth nothing. But they're going to try something. And her deal is that, she's going to be like a little toddler. She'll start doing this. No. She's going to be just like, pummeling it. She goes just like almost like a spasmodic reaction to everything that happens. So she's going to write this order and that order and this and this, and it's just going to be hilarious, but not cool for Jack Smith because he's got to deal with the actual outcome of what's going on. In the end, that 11th Circuit is going to come down even harder on her. And I do think they're going to have a little talk with her in a private room and say, look, this is your career on the line here. You're either going to, I don't think they're going to settle for her just removing herself from the case. I think they're going to say, you remove yourself from the bench or we embarrass the hell out of you.
I agree with you.
I think they're going to just be like, no, this is too important.
It's too much. Yeah.
And it's a female on the 11th Circuit that really puts the nail in the coffin for her. And I did my pendulum on a couple of these, and I'm thinking the timing is anywhere from like June-ish to August. And someone in the chat had mentioned, that Trump is going to trial in New York on the day of the first eclipse, the lunar eclipse. Wow. Will that have any effect on him? I actually haven't looked at that astrologically, but I do think that, all the eclipses pretty much will affect him. But I think that this case with Eileen Cannon leaving it, I don't know what's going to happen with the case. I don't think they're going to allow it to be dropped. I don't think they're going to just say, no, it's got to be. No, I don't think so. I think they'll find somebody else to step in and do it, because they do have other judges on that circuit who could take it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they'll have to do.
They're a lot more qualified for the job than she is.
Yeah. And so they'll have to take one of the other judges from the rotation to handle it until they find a replacement for her anyway. And how busy could she be? I mean, why she has all this time to drag everything out? I mean, clearly she doesn't have enough to do. So that's what I have to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So, anybody else got something real juicy they want to talk about?
God, we've covered a lot of the good stuff already.
Yeah, we have. We've covered all the good ones. Those were my 4 big, good, juicy ones there that I had. But we can do a couple more.
I just want to look at what's going on in Trump's brain now, today, with all this stuff coming down, because sometimes I just like to see, he has to be having a meltdown. He has to be.
And
Or not.
You're just wondering, when is that stroke happening?
Yeah, well, I wish ill on people, but it is a lot of stress to have.
Yes, it is.
Happen.
It is. You notice I said that with a big smile on my face, because I wish only the best and for the highest good of all for these things to happen. Always.
Well, he just is. He's so busy blaming other people and trying to sidestep stuff, and it's just now dawning on him that just because he says they had the wrong figures and stuff, that doesn't change anything, and he knows that now, and he's not quite sure what to do. So, but his best move right now is to blame it on the lawyers, or he wants to try to blame it on the judge. But is this where the gag order things? Did any of that come up with this particular case?
I think all of them so far are dealing with gag orders.
Oh, okay. So
I think the biggest pushback we've seen as far as gag orders and stuff going has been Jack Smith trying to protect whoever, any jurors or anybody like that, because they're wanting all that information to be put out there so that Donald Trump can literally start pointing fingers, go after this one, this one, this one, this one. And
but in the meantime, he still doesn't think he's going to lose all this, but he is really concerned about not being able to do business in New York at his huge fine. All the money that's just like disappearing because he's got to pay all these huge fines. But yeah, I feel like he's really kind of upset. If you've noticed all the pictures when you see him sitting in court and stuff, he's always got that bad look on his face, like he just ate a bad piece of bread or something. He's just scowling all the time. But I think he's really pretty bummed out about this. He's got other business assets apparently all over the world, and a lot in Florida too. So, but in New York, as much as he tries to act like, well, I moved to Florida now, but no, he's bummed. He's bummed out about it a lot.
He really is bummed out about it. I mean, even my deck of character cards agree with my deviant tarot. He's really feeling like this. This is the cave that I see him in, and here's the hermit. So they agree.
Yeah,
This is kind of like he's really in this dark place. But here he is having this emotional trauma that he's going through, and he's measuring, well, how much am I really going to have this affect me? And then you have him swallowing a sword, somehow trying to balance everything, swallow a sword like it's normal. It's normal and everything is great. I can juggle it all because I am the poet and I can speak. I can orate. I can make sure I'll bring in all the repairmen. They can fix everything. But mommy, save me. He's got all these things going on. That's what I see in his mind.
Yeah, he's really down. I mean, did you see that?
Down.
Did you see that Valentine's letter that he emailed to, or he tweeted to Melania?
Oh no, I missed
No.
it.
Fundraiser.
Oh, let me see if I can find it. Oh, talk amongst yourselves. Let me find it.
Oh my.
That's got to be a real barn burner.
Well, okay. That's how you sent a Valentine's through.
Well, he probably doesn't know where she is exactly.
No,
Yeah.
no, that could be. That could be.
No Valentine.
It's like my attorney will send the message to your attorney.
Happy Valentine's Day, dear.
Michelle Marie Astrological Tarot said that letter was the definition of insane.
I love it.
So this is what it read. It was, first of all, are you going?
You're getting requests to read it out loud.
What's that?
You're getting requests to read it
Yeah,
out
that's
loud.
what I'm gonna do. This this is President Trump, and I will never stop fighting for. Wait a minute. No, that was not it. He did say that stuff to her, but where's the message? Okay, it didn't give me the message. Trump's Valentine.
Because Rose Blue is saying, read it out loud.
Oh yeah, I'm going to.
And then somebody else says he doesn't have her address.
Oh,
No, I don't think he knows where she is. I really don't.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Dear Melania, and this is in a tweet. Dear Melania, even after every single indictment, which is all caps, and I love you was in all caps, arrest, all caps, and witch hunt, all caps, you never left my side. I don't think that's true. Okay.
Is it true?
You've always supported me through everything. Trump wrote the Valentine's Day letter to his wife that the committee published. I wouldn't be the man I am today without your guidance, kindness, and warmth. You will always mean the world to me, Melania. In the end, it says, if you love Melania, I humbly ask for you to leave her some kind words below. But this isn't the thing that I found. No, there was another one where within the message to Melania, he was asking for donations.
Shut.
Yeah,
I
it was like a fundraiser letter.
Took it down.
Wow.
Oh my God.
They might have pulled it because of the backlash that they were
Yeah,
getting
that's
on it.
what I'm thinking.
And if you agree with this, please send $25,000 to
Pretty much, yeah.
Super PAC number 905.
That's where I started to read that solicitation one because I thought that was it because I knew that was in there. If Kimmel roasts it, maybe he has it on there.
Because if Melania will stand behind me, I know you will too. So send me $25,000.
Oh God, I gotta find it.
Donate. It's very creepy.
Well, he's running out of money. I mean, he doesn't have any to pay his attorneys. He's put out so much money, and it wasn't even his money. But
You know, it boggles my mind when I sit and listen to these people bitch and complain about they have no money and they can't make ends meet. Now they've got millions upon millions of dollars in the bank, untold fingers in pies that we'll probably never know all of it. And I keep thinking if I could just have like double my salary, I would be sitting pretty, much less millions of dollars. It's like, how can you grow broke if you have over $1 million in the bank? You can live comfortably just off of the interest of that and never even touch the capital. You know,
He
it's like,
knows in the back of his mind how many businesses he broke and bankrupted that his dad had to save him from over and over and over. In the famous Atlantic City casino one, where his dad had to come in and lose the money to loan him the money by losing it playing in his casino.
Yeah.
That is the way that he realizes he's a failure and he's a loser. And if he spends any of his money, he will never make it back. That's why he will use PAC money. He will use bank money. He will use other people's investment money. He will never take his principal because he knows he can never make it back. He's learned his lesson in that regard. He is a loser and he goes bankrupt.
Yes, he's very good at going bankrupt. He's done it 6 times.
Yes, he's expert.
6 times. That's pretty much once every decade that he's been an adult.
Expert level.
Right. Okay. So I guess this is the best we're going to find, but I did want to just emphasize that the closing, "You will always mean the world to me, Melania!" ! And then he says, "From your husband, with love, Donald J. Trump." Who signs? And then there was a link so that readers could be directed to the website where they could leave their own Valentine's Day message or donate to his reelection campaign.
Oh God, that's just
I mean,
so
maybe it's a fetish, for Melania to have him use his full name.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
it's so
sure.
romantic. I love you, Donald J. Trump. I'm surprised it didn't say former President Donald J. Trump.
He probably wanted to.
I'm surprised he didn't say President Donald J. Trump.
There you go.
I'm surprised about it. But it is very interesting, all the Russian connections that we have that we didn't see something about Melania. I think her absence this week is, most notable because I think she's the biggest, Russian asset of all that we have on our soil. She's a pretty big one. So
She's a big one.
Sal Rods was just putting it into chat. The whole thing.
Oh, great. Oh, good. Because I can't find it. Where is it here? Did she? Oh, God, I can't get to the bottom of the chat.
8:21 or
5:20 when she starts. I wouldn't be the man I am today.
Oh, my God. Wow, there's a lot of people in chat.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
438 people in the room altogether.
I cannot get to the bottom.
But that is, you said the right word. She's just saying what you said. So
It read, "Dear Melania, I love you," all in capital letters.
Yes.
Even after every single indictment, arrest, and witch hunt, you never left my side. You've always supported me through everything. Yep. I wouldn't be the man I am today without your guidance, kindness, and warmth. Pause for dramatic effect. Trump then mentioned that the former model will always mean the world to him before signing off the letter with an adoring remark that read, "From your husband with love, Donald J."
That is just...
I like what Deanne wrote it all down to contractual love.
Yep.
Now, how many people write a Valentine card to their spouse and write their full professional name?
Well, I certainly don't put Donald J. Trump on it.
Their full professional
Maybe he's
name.
worried he forgets who he is because it's been so long since they've been together.
Only a narcissist does something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
She's going to hang on to the last dying breath to get every penny she can.
He's got to make it all about him, no matter what.
So
It's always about him.
Yeah.
And if you listen to her ex-BFF talk, she is just as narcissistic and twisted as Trump is. That she was like, that's why they made the perfect couple, because they're just alike, except she's intelligent.
And,
that's the only difference. And Trump isn't. So
and she was trained by the best.
Yes, she was.
So
You know, when you're an operative like that, they really make sure you're, I mean,
They
for
do.
entertainment purposes only.
KGB, they're not playing, man. They're very serious. Very,
Oh
Thoroughly,
yeah.
they
so.
thoroughly vet their operatives.
What are they called now, though? They're not KGB. They're RF something, or I don't know.
I don't
They
even
have
know.
they have
Yeah,
different.
they keep switching around the initials like it makes a difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I just said KGB because everybody knows what that is. Well, you know, folks, we have had a lot of fun, and I think we've covered all of this stuff. This week has been friggin' exhausting with all the stuff that's come out. It has been quite challenging to stay on top of everything, which I don't really think I have, but I'll just claim it anyway. Who cares? So sue me if you don't think I have. But thank you, everybody. And I can't believe how many people we have in the chat. That's outrageous.
456.
That's crazy town. And thank you so much, everybody who is here tonight. Again, apologies that Linda G wasn't able to make it, but you know, life. And we will see you next week for sure on Friday. We will definitely have another PoliTarology. And if you're, you know, just have a boring life like I do, then tune in tomorrow night, Saturday, you know, and join us for another one of these. We'll have most of us will all be there. Yeah, so.
Please like, subscribe, and share to all of our channels.
Gerald, if
We're
you're
all
free, you're welcome
simulcasting
to
at the
come if
moment.
you'd like to. I don't know if you're sick of us or not, or if you're busy, but if you're available.
I am never sick of you. You can make a short of that. You know, Colleen, I am never sick of you.
Ah, thank you. Big heart. Big heart. All right. Okay. So everybody, that does it for me. It sounds like I'm kind of losing it, so I think I gotta go.
Bye, guys.
All right. See you later, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
All right.